It's like, man, that's the most horrible feeling in the world. Because I went back to a child, you know, when we was getting molested, or we was getting touched, and we told our people, nobody believed us. Nobody believed us. And we had to go back to that home and live in that tragedy and let it happen again and again and again. And that's what it felt like. Like it's constantly happening and nobody believes me. But like I tell everybody, it's okay not to be believed. But stay true to your truth. Because somebody's gonna listen.
Let's go to that night. As you remember it, how did that night begin?
I'll never forget it. I had came to my mama's house in the projects. My sister even lived in the projects as well. I had paid my sister and her friends to escort me to the club, and I paid them in some amount of money. And when I went and got ready, and when I came over there went to her house, they was all stuck, and she didn't want to go. I said, okay, I don't need you to go with me anyway. I'm grown. I've been doing this. Lord, I never know what was in store for me that night. I went by myself that night. And I walked in the club, and I was late getting there. So I went to the bar. I got about four Patron shots. I'm trying to catch up, I'm late. So I got a couple Patron shots. I did them, and I began to proceed on stage like I always do, same routine. We had they did that video shoot and all that stuff like the day before and all that. So, same crowd, same people who was,
Who did a video?
Baby and Hurricane Chris. And so they had did the video stuff. So it was like the same crowd. Everybody knew who I was and stuff. So it wasn't no big deal. They knew I was first lady. So I proceeded on stage, and the song came on, I'm in Love with a Stripper. And that was my theme song. So I began to do my theme dance. And as I did, Terrence Stewart over the mic told me to come to the DJ booth. First lady, can you come to the DJ booth? So I waited. Once I got done, I picked my money, because they was throwing money in the club on there. So I picked my money up, and I proceeded to the DJ booth. And he was like, I want you to meet somebody. Never forget. And I was like, okay. So he said, go around. I just jumped right over the thing, because I was good at heels. I just jumped right over. And I was like, oh, what's up? And he said, man, I want to introduce you to somebody. He said, it's my homeboy from New York. His name Rico. And he said it's his birthday. My last name. He said it's his birthday. And I say, it's your birthday? I said, let me show you how his boot bitches get out. I called the bartender. I said, can I have the most expensive champagne you got? Or at the bar? She said, yeah. Champagne was about maybe $500, $600, something like that. So she gave me a ticket. I still had a drink at the time. So she gave me a little ticket. And I was waiting on her to get the drink, but I had to take the ticket to the bar to get the drink. So when they told me, I looked at him and I said, I'll be right there. I set my drink down on the switchboard. That was my biggest mistake of my life. That one interaction, that one not thinking clearly changed my life. I set my drink down and I went to the to go get the drink. I came back and I handed him the bottle and I said happy birthday. As I was handing him the bottle, Chance he grabbed the bottle and he turned towards the crowd. And he went to waving the bottle saying, we popping bottles in the DJ room. And I take my drink. The moment I take my drink, I knew I could taste the bitterness. I knew I fucked up. And I was sitting there and I started feeling funny. I turned in my chair to the girl that was behind me. She was getting the music in white. I turned to her. She was also in the DJ room. And I said, help me. Get me out of here. They got me. They had slipped something in my drink. The girl looked at me dead in my face and snatched away from me. And turned back and started talking to the guy. When she did that, I tried to get up on my own to try to get away from where I was at. You know, maybe if I pass out in the middle of the club, they'll take me. You know, so I'm trying to get out the booth. Well, when I get out, I can't walk. So I pass out. When I pass out, they said, they called the security guard, and the dude said he was going to take me outside. He said, no, that's my homegirl. Take her upstairs so she can shake back. Baby, I'm unconscious. Ain't no shaking back. I'm out of there. So, as I'm unconscious upstairs. Now, I can tell you what from this point right here, I can tell you what I see on the DVD that was shown to me.
Yeah, tap in.